I guess somebody in the veterinarian office got COVID last week. COVID, that sickness that everybody's freaking out about, the whole reason why they closed down the whole world. The last 2 years. Alright, let's try it. Let's give it a go. I don't know if it works. It's gonna work. I haven't changed anything, but the internet company has. Yeah, they do this. They do it pretty regular. What they do is like, they give you so much data that you can pay for, and they cap it. Like 20 gigs, alright? But once you reach that 20 gigs of data, it'll dial it way down. Right, until your data restarts over. I thought my data restarted over today, but I'm not getting a real good stream. It says no data here. It says no data. It says that there's not data. So let me grab my phone. Grab my phone and see if I'm streaming. Okay. Let's see here if I'm doing anything here. I've been having technical for like, this is day 3. And the first day I called the internet service, and that's what the guy said is like, you've maxed out on your. I said, I don't even, most of the time I'm on this thing and I'm not connected to wireless, and that's what I told him. I said, wireless is crap. I said, your service sucks, and I can't believe I paid $90 a month for this because it doesn't work. I'm on my phone, and I can't use Hulu because Hulu's so crappy that the website doesn't work the majority of the time anyway. So how am I reaching all this data? I mean, I do these talks, but most of the time they're like 30 minutes, That ain't a lot of data, that I'm using. So to spend that much money, I told the guy, I said, I'm just gonna write it out. I don't want to buy out my contract. I don't want to owe you fucking people anything. So I'll just wait till December, and then I'll quit you and see if I can get some internet that is freaking decent for what I pay for, because yours is crap. People don't put out, they want money, they want all this money, they want money, but the fucking products and services that they put out is not worth the fucking money that they're asking for. It's not, at all. So what I learned to do a number of years ago, is I just go without. I'll just go without. I have learned to go without so much in my life. I don't need anything externally except food and water and air to breathe. You know it? When I was a kid, all I dreamed of is having a big old family and lots of friends that love me and that I loved, and that we could just hang out and have a good time. I'm 48 years old. None of that shit's ever happened. I don't even know if it's going to happen for me in this life. I don't even know if I'm capable of finding people that would think that highly of me to want me to be in their life at that level. My niece turned 13 today. 13. 13, so she's a teenager now. And I called this morning and left a voicemail. She doesn't care about me, I mean, she's not even my real niece. She's my step niece, but I've known her since I was 2. So I always just treated her like she was family, because that's what you do, But I'm not even allowed to know where they live to send presents, because my brother is such a egomaniacal control freak. So, and this is what I was listening to Ann Ortley a little while ago with the astrology the astrology energy this week, and it's pretty freaking gnarly, you know. It's pretty gnarly so I gotta just try and stay calm. And these are the things that come up in life that I get to practice. Not getting mad. Don't get angry, Margie. Don't get resentful. Just let everything go. Whatever happens to you, Margie, whatever happens, just let it all go. Right? No. 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 That's not as easy as people make it out to sound. So I'm redoing this talk today. This is called Disappointing Days and Born Sad Part 2. Because I look around the planet and I look at just a whole lot of people that are sad, you know. So many people are sad. I see people that are happy, but why are they happy? They're happy because of that car. They're happy because of that other person. They're not happy because of and by themselves. They're happy because of external stuff. So when people are happy because of outside stuff, to me that don't count. They're not really happy. It don't count. So strip away all that stuff and still be happy, and then come talk to me for counting. So with all the people that I've known throughout the years, that, you know, and I've come to terms with this too, is I see people in life, and I just see the sorrow, and I can feel their pain, you know, and they might have a smile on their face, and it doesn't matter their economic background, the car they drive, how much money they have in the bank, the color of their skin, their sex, their gender, their orientation, their energy dominant. None of that stuff matters. Is that what I've come to the conclusion is that not everybody is born happy. Some people are born sad. Some people are born sad, and I think I'm one of those people. But I didn't want people to know that I was sad, because I didn't want to look weak. And to me, sad people were weak for a long time. To me, women were weak for a long time. There was a period in time that I would have liked to have been a boy, but thank God back then. It's not, don't say it now because they'll have you in an operating room, you know? It's weird, Ma. When I was young, you talked about how you wanted to be a boy, stuff like that. You had to go to, like, psychologists for a year. You know, you wanted to have it, you had to go through hoops. You had to go through just all this nonsense, you know, this, and now it's just like everybody, you know, everybody wants me so many years to love myself. And this is not just for me. This is so many people in the world. And it wasn't because Mom didn't try. She did the best that she could. But she had her own stressors that she had to deal with. And sometimes the human body, when it's under a great deal of duress and stress, it fragments. And sometimes people can only handle one section of their life at a time. So she had to be the provider for us, and that took away from her being the nurturer. Yeah, is that a good way to say it, Mom? Okay, all right, thank you for that verification. You know, so what I come to find out that forever argument of nature and nurture, you know. See, because what I'm trying to do in my life is I'm trying to help people that have trouble just getting mad about stuff, you know, for whatever reason. You got anger and you don't know what to do with it, and I got a lot of healthy ways to help people get through this stuff. So, you know, positive ways instead of using those alternative substances, ways, means to make yourselves feel better. And I assure you, for a number of years I used all of those ways and means to make myself feel better, you know. I went to this Sunday was just a weird day, man. Sunday was a weird day. Saturday was a weird day. But it was cool because Saturday was cool because Mom and I went on an outing. I took Mom on an outing, and a buddy of mine had a company. So I was going to go down. I took Mom, and then he was downtown at the park, right? And so I was going to meet him at the park. And they just kicked him out of the park. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon because the remaining band members of ZZ Top were in town. They had a concert. So they kicked everybody out so they could just let the people that are paying to see the concert come in. This town is such a joke, man. Taos, New Mexico, it's such a joke. Yeah, they could have this stuff for free, but no, you gotta make that money for what? So you could buy your freaking pizza and have your freaking your free lunches in the freaking city council office. You guys got too many free lunches, man. You guys need to freaking go walk around the field, you know? Yeah. Oh my God, so much obesity in New Mexico. They fucking give a shit more about fucking red and green chilies in this fucking state than they do about, you know, keeping themselves and their loved ones healthy, and you know. But just eat those. Just eat those. That'll just make you happy. Just eat those. Eat that happiness. Eat it all up. Eat it all up. Nah. So I went down to the park. And then I called him. I said, this isn't going to happen. I'm not going to make it to the park. I got Mom with me. I'm trying not to get upset about stuff. Traffic, you know, people are just retarded. And so he's like, well, okay, well, I'm down here at the dollar store. And I was like, right on. I need it. The place where I get cat food is right next door. So I tootled on down there, right? Go inside that. Go and get the cat food, cat litter. Came outside. Told Mom, I said, Mom, I'm going to run into this store quick. Go into the store. Find the guy, we're talking, I'm like, okay, you know, I gotta get going, so let's do this. And he's like, oh, I don't have him. And I was just like, I wasn't gonna leave the house today. I was just like, fucking unbelievable. You know it? Like, this is how everybody is in this town. It's so weird. It's like, well, you just say words? And then if you feel like it later, maybe your action will match up with the words you say, you know? But I don't get mad about that stuff. I accept it. This is just how things are, you know? The only person I'm going to get upset about not being in their integrity is myself, right? Although it's really easy for me to, you know, slip and slide. But anyway, so that happened. But Mom went on an outing anyway, so it was pretty cool. And then, so Sunday, I was going to go to this picnic with some like-minded people. We the people. They're getting together, you know, and I went down there, and I freaking opened the door, and my freaking, I broke my pipe. It was just like, it was overcast. Nothing in me wanted to go do this fellowship. I just want to stay home and do right. But I was like, no, Marge, because you want to stay home, you must not stay home. You must go because you don't want to go, right? That's how I've lived my life most of the time, pushing through, doing stuff I don't want to do, because I know that once I do it, I'll feel better being around people, right? And then so the guy on Saturday, he goes, I'll have him tomorrow. And I was like, okay, I'll be at the park at noon for this picnic. I'll meet you there, right? Go do the picnic thing, message. You know, I'm getting ready to leave, so I message, okay. You know, I gotta go do something else. And I'm just, you know, I'm really feeling like people don't care about my feelings. Like, I don't matter. You know it? And this is why my friendship circle is a dot. Because of stuff like this. It's like, go ahead, yeah, act like that. I'm not going to get mad about it. I'm not going to hold it against you. That's fine. Be like that. But that puts limitations on what I'm willing to do, you know, as far as we're going to go in our relationship, right? Right? So, that was the disappointing days. And today, I got the plants, so it don't even matter. Things work out in divine timing when they're supposed to. I just have to go buy potting soil tomorrow so I can repot them because they're in little solo cups right now. So I got to put them. I got the pots out front. I'll just put them in that. They'll be fine. So what was I going to talk about? I lost one of the little kittens. I couldn't find it anywhere. It's all right, Ma. Because I found it. What I started to do is I started to look around and started looking at places that if I was a cat, where I'd want to be, you know, like where I'd want to hide as a cat. And I looked under there, and there it was. So the rest are having dinner and stuff. But Tucker, good news today. Good news. Tucker got his blood work done, and his one enzyme was back into the normal range where it's supposed to be, below the threshold. And the second one is lower, but it's still a little elevated. Now, mind you, the vet tech said that when they get these levels, sometimes they're in the hundreds or even in the thousands, right? But his was like 20 over or something. So it was manageable. And I'm convinced that it was those flowers, because he's got the hair back on his arms. It's come back. His hair, because he was walking through those poppies, and it was, if they eat him, it can kill him. But if they walk through him, it's just going through his feet. It's still getting into his system. So that is what was taxing his liver. His liver was trying to filter the poppy. It's like cocaine, you know? So and I heard a really cool video. This is about mistletoe today. And mistletoe, like this guy made a salve out of it. Salve, it's like a lotion or a ointment or something out of it. Or I don't know, maybe oil. I can't remember exactly how he did it. But you let it sit for 18 months, and it cures cancer.
Really?
And then another guy at the park was talking about how some medicine that they were giving for that COVID crap inadvertently has been curing cancer in people. See, they don't want to cure cancer because they make so much money when people are miserable and they get sick. Because that's how they get cancer, is the toxins, just stress causes cancer. All this, so the system loves it. Those freaking narcissist scumbag freaking Satan worshipers, they love when people are miserable because it perpetuates their driving of money, of making money. So they're real excited about that. So they're not happy when people, if there's ways that people can cure themselves of cancer and all this stuff without paying freaking hundreds of thousands of dollars, doctors and big pharma and stuff don't like that much, right? So when I went to the park yesterday, I was explaining to the people about how what I'm seeing, how people are acting out today is reinforcing what I believe our future is, and that's people that really don't have any emotional control. They can't hold it. They can't, they don't have that rational voice in them, and we're seeing it played out all over social media. We're seeing carjackings, groups of young kids freaking jumping on grandpa's car, just people walking by people in the streets and freaking swinging on them. Just hitting them. Yeah, no reason. Just because people, their energy fields are so scattered that they're tuning into things. And then they're responding on things that they're tuning in on. I've done it myself. You got to give yourself a reality check, And remind yourself, that person ain't having the same experience you are. You don't get to take stuff out on other people, right? So, when I was telling them about the 8 anthrax vaccines that I got, I said, because everybody's talking about high vibe and frequency and all this stuff. I said, but there's a whole part of that they're missing out on, that they're not taking into consideration. Okay, to level up spiritually, you don't just get to be happy in life. and do everything you want, have your way all the time. That isn't, no. Leveling up spiritually comes with a great deal of pain and suffering. Absolutely. Absolutely. See, it's all about the endocrine. We're all human tuning pitchforks, right? We're tuning forks. And some of us have a broader spectrum, right? My spectrum broadened in a big way when I was 7 years old and I grabbed that electric fence, right? So nobody told me that this is don't touch this wire that sticks out with these white and yellow prongs. Don't touch that one. No, I didn't get the memo, so I completed the circuit. And that's like electricity to knock a cow off it, keep a cow off it. And I was a 7, so I, locked on. My brother was standing next to me, and there were some other kids around, and I thought he kicked me and knocked me off the fence, because I got knocked back. I felt something in my leg, and it broke the connection on the fence. Saved my life. I said, "'Cause you just kicked me." He said, "No, I didn't." So I was like, years later, I was like, "Oh, that's my guardian angel," right? So that amount of that is high vibe. That's high vibe. Being electrocuted, very high frequencies. Yeah, but luckily the amps were set low, because the amps were higher. I would have been freaking a fried cookie. I would not be here talking to nobody right now. So I was trying to explain to the people. I saw all these people that get these vaccines. I said they're losing their fight or flight, their rationale. They're losing their rationale. They're just acting out. There's no pause. There's no think. There's no consideration. There's no playing things through. Like, okay, if I do this, there could be this. No, it's none of that. It's people are just like, F it. And they're doing whatever it is, that thing that they want to do. And there's a great deal of consequences that are going to be coming about because of this. You can't go around freaking hitting people and freaking doing all kinds of nasty stuff to people just because you feel the society can't do it, and it's done it for so long. I was having this conversation with Elizabeth Ann on Twitter, and she made up good points. She's from my hometown, or lives up around where I grew up at. And I was thinking about that because when I was at the park the other day, we were talking about it. It's just like, when I was young, I had a lot of men do really gross, perverted things at me. And I didn't understand what they meant until later, right? And one involves the peace sign up to your mouth and a tongue. I'm not going to do it here. It's very derogatory. But I remember looking out the window in the back. I was sitting in the back of Christy, my stepmonster's car, and we were driving down the freeway outside of Santa Maria. And she passed this guy and these two guys, and there were two Hispanic men. And the one guy did. Now, I was like 10. And that guy was nasty to me at 10, And there, of course, there's the time where, you go into the bathroom and there's just like, I think, I was telling him at the park, I said, I'm pretty sure that there's more perverts on this planet, and the people that want to protect them because they are benefiting from not being embarrassed by association. But if we start ratting these people out, nobody wants to put their names out because it would be terribly, terribly embarrassing. Well, I'm ready to embarrass a lot of people. I'm ready for a lot of people to be terribly, terribly embarrassed that have done a lot of really inappropriate things with children. Did you hear about how Boo Bowden, his daughter just came out, her diary was found in showers with daddy? Inappropriate thing. I'm so fortunate that I never had anything inappropriate that I know of from my father, because that is a common story. Okay? So everybody's talking about healing, getting over it and all this stuff, right? But these are the things that we need to be addressed. And the freaking scoundrel perverts need to stop being protected. So for all you kids and the wives, and that they want, or how it's a power thing. It's gross and it's people that stuff happens to. You're just denying our existences because it's too hard for you. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! You know, my whole life people have wanted me to take considerations for them, act how they want me to act. Not fucking one of them ever modified their behavior for me. Like, oh my God, I'm that people pleaser. Because I need to be validated and have the approval of others. That was about, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. I pretty much evolved past that. I'm not so much the people pleaser anymore. Right? World's just, it's a trip, man. It's a trip. It's all a club. It's all a club. It's all about who you know. Doesn't have anything to do with, what you know. I remember when I'm pretty sure, I think the planet, it used to work that way, that you would get positions and things like that because of what you knew. But maybe I'm wrong about that too. Maybe it's always been who you know or who you blow. Huh? But I just have never been for the people that are in power. So, of course, they're not going to do me any favors and give me any benefits because I talk about what scoundrels they are. Right? Anyway, I don't know if this live is working or not. I just thought I'd try it. I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. Ma, you want to say hi? Just say hi. Just say it. Hi. She goes, hi. I'll show folks a picture of her when we went to the park.